Welcome everybody to Kinkoi Golden Time, where we were going to get into Maria or Ria's route.
Brunette Ria. SSJ form.
SSJ Maria or So Maria brunette form.
There we go. Let's go. Achievement.
Oh,
I wasn't prepared for this. Oh, it's throwing us right back into the beginning of the loop.
no!
Oh. I was not ready.
I was not either. I didn't think it would start there. It's gold.
金色だ。金色です。
The world always faded away into the beautiful twilight. Twilight filled the world until it shone golden. Then it would fade away into the deep, seemingly endless darkness. Eiichi.
What's wrong, Soma?
Hey, Sylvie.
何ですか、相馬くん。
I'm truly glad I met you both. This was bliss. Even in a pitch-black world where I couldn't see a thing, it was enough that I could sense you both there. Here in this dark world. This space was nothing more than a vast expanse of darkness.
Soma,
何、イチ。
what are you spacing out for? I've been trying to get your attention.
ごめん。相馬くん。鳥さんのマーク、ありがとう。大事にします。
Birdie emblem.
いや、そっちは大事にしなくていいから。日本にいる間におもちゃ館に交換した方がいいよ。
Oh, and by the way, make sure you give it laser vision.
It's my wish.
You turn them in to get a cool prize.
後で手続きの仕方とか教えた方が良さそうだね。
Yeah.
なんだか冷えてきた。シルビアさん、寒くない？
Everything's cold in Sortilege.
そういえば、もう夕暮れですね。
Yeah, our clothes are drying now too. Good.
どうかした？太陽、すごく綺麗。
I just keep noticing how dim her eyes are compared to the other two. It's really emphasizing that she can't see as much of the world as the others.
Mm-hmm.
日本語で、なんだっけ、夕焼け？
Yeah. Oh, the sun's reflecting off the lake. Awesome. Whoa.
二人とも太陽をじっと見るのは目に良くないって大人の人が言ってたよ。
But it looks cool. Look at it, Soma.
Your eyes are already ruined anyway. I couldn't really see anything. The world was always too clouded over to make out well. I could see a bit more now that the tumor was removed, but my eyes couldn't make out what shape the world took on.
See?
相馬くん。
I guess it is a little bright. Make sure not to stare straight at it.
すごく綺麗ね、相馬くん。
There it is.
I like how they're just holding her there. Like, look at it!
I want you to look at it. It was pretty. It was gold. This was the color gold. The one color in my pitch black world that I could see. It was gold.
Wonder what those flashes were.
Oh, huh, weird. There was the and then there was... Okay.
Whoa.
なんです今の
Oh, everybody saw it. Interesting.
Oh.
Huh.
The sky in the lake turned green. Oh, Soma, what's wrong? Did it glare in your eyes?
緑色
Huh?
Sorry, I couldn't see it, so it didn't make much sense to me. Colors. Something other than gold and black that made up the world. Yeah, I got it. The world had colors I didn't know, like red or blue. Colors I had never seen before. It wasn't just gold. There were so many other colors.
相馬くん
Soma? Soma, what's wrong?
泣いてるです
I don't like sad Ria. The world always faded away into the beautiful twilight. Once the world swallowed that brilliant shade of gold, everything would return to the pitch-black darkness I'd grown accustomed to. This was enough on its own. Gold was so beautiful all on its own, and yet... I couldn't see anything anymore. Nothing at all.
なんでもない
I held both of their hands tightly.
ちょっと眩しくて目痛くなっちゃっただけ
Really? Be careful, you shouldn't look straight at it.
夕日じゃなくてお空見てください眩しくないようにうん
Their hands were warm. That was all that I needed. Even though I couldn't see, I could feel their unmistakable warmth. Even though I couldn't see...
Soma.
相馬くん
I heard a nostalgic voice. I heard a nostalgic voice.
Ria. Were you asleep?
悪い意識のスイッチ切ってたクリスマスパーティーだっけ
Yeah.
It was Christmas, and Sylvie had invited us to the Sortilege consulate for a party. Ria, who had taken part as Maria, had received a formal request by Princess Sylvia for a special performance. After she finished, she subjected me to an unnecessary practical joke. Got changed, and then huddled up in the corner of the room and proceeded to space out.
Well, at least it's a different timeline to that one.
Yes.
Already. Worn out?
かも。
Ria's response was a bit delayed. She must have been super tired.
What are you gonna do? Go home or find somewhere else to rest?
眠い。
Well, I'm sure there are 10,000 rooms in here in which you could sleep.
Mm-hmm. Let's head back then. I'll get us a ride.
でも、ご飯まだだよ。
True, but aren't you a bit too tired for that?
She was completely out of it. I bet she'd worn herself out from all that practice leading up to today's performance, that she didn't have anything left now that it was over. The food was being served buffet style, and it was a feast unlike anything I'd ever seen before. There were a number of delicacies laid out, and it would be a shame to let it all go to waste, but...
I imagine the delicacies would be something really stupidly good.
Probably.
Or rare.
Or maybe it's just all Jello shots, like in Sylvie's route. Because that couldn't possibly go wrong.
Sorry, we're gonna head home now. Can you please get the car for us?
かしこまりました。
I signaled our acquaintance with a look, and I wrapped my arm around Ria's shoulders as she mumbled to herself.
あら、あら、相馬くん。
Sorry, Sylvie. Ria's had enough for the day.
残念。
Sylvie couldn't exactly leave considering she was the host. She had been busy all day and looked a little disappointed for losing her opportunity to talk with us privately.
相馬くんお願いね、ナイトさん。
Yeah, I will.
She wasn't the sort of princess that would pick a moment like this to be selfish. Sylvie waved goodbye to us as we headed outside.
オーロのやつ紳士だね。当たり前みたいに付き添っていっちゃった。
相馬殿のこと、本当に大切にしてらっしゃるのですね。
エルチンにとってのシルビーって感じ。
ええ、いつまでもあのままでいてほしいものです。
Me too.
We had them drive us back to the dorm. For a split second, I thought that motor sound was from outside, and I was like, why is that so frickin' loud?
あれ、イチ、外？
Yeah, we're back home already.
But for some reason, the driver's just revving the engine. I don't know why.
助かるけど、なんでイチまで一緒に？ご飯食べてないのに。
It's a party. You need an escort when you head home, don't you?
かっこつけやがって。
Should I not have?
最高。
Ria snuggled up tightly to my shoulder. She closed her eyes and began to doze off. We finally arrived back at the dorm.
There we go.
It didn't look like Ria would wake up, so I gave her a piggyback ride.
おやすみなさいませ。
Thank you, sir.
After we said goodbye to the old man who had chauffeured us,
He has a name.
忘れるところでございました。
I know, all this time.
こちらをお持ちくださいませ。
It's dangerous to go alone.
What is this? Tupperware?
I was handed out an outrageously domesticated item from the hands of a battle-hardened knight who served Northern European royal family. Okay.
こういうものをお渡しするのは失礼に当たるかと存じますが、本日のビュッフェには姫様がぜひお二人に食べていただきたいとおっしゃるメニューがございまして、
How big is the Tupperware?
給仕に行って少々取り置きを。 お納めいただけますでしょうか。
With pleasure. In fact, I'm grateful. I haven't eaten much at all.
もう少し時間があればターキーの丸焼きも詰め込めたのですがな。それとこれも。
He took out a small paper box. I could tell what was inside from the box alone.
Cake?
Or so the packaging suggested.
クリスマスですからな。
What can I say? Thank you. This is more than I could have asked for.
Free cake!
I don't know why when I heard free cake, my first thought was cakes in jail. We must protest.
The old man headed off. Bora Lakoche. His name is Bora Lakoche. Come on. I was pretty sure our ride was ready immediately after I asked. When in the world did he have time to get this many gifts together? I'd underestimated him. When I went inside,
なんかうまそうな匂いがする。
Ria was awake.
甘い匂い。生クリーム？
I said it was cake. Want some?
食べる。
I returned with 2 plates in hand.
Ramen okay with you?
ああ、俺が出すよ。
Thanks.
Ria headed for the fridge. And... Oop. Okay.
あら、やっちゃった。
Oh, hang on a second. Don't move.
She bumped her hip into a nearby shelf. These things happen to her once in a while, given her horrendous eyesight. I started to pick up the fallen items one by one.
Whoa.
何？あ、例の？
No, it's not my porn box, it's the ring box. It was the ring box from before. Its contents had spilled out, 4 silver Laverice emblems every time.
1, 2. Oh, good, that's 4. You can move now.
悪い。
Ria went back to the bed. I grabbed the Ramoon too and handed her one.
そういや計4枚になって何ヶ月か経つのに一向に出ねえな5枚目。
Yeah.
お前ちゃんと買ってるか？ぼやぼやしてると俺が先に当てちゃうぜ。
It's not fair, you're rich.
Oh, try it if you can.
くそ。
Neither of us had fantastic luck when it came to lotteries. We'd only scored 2 emblems apiece over the last 10 years.
To be honest, I haven't bought many lately.
そうなん？実は俺も。
We both grinned at each other. We owned 2 each, or 4 in total. Which was why we'd established a rule. Whoever scored the next emblem would take the whole prize. For whatever reason, though, we'd lost the motivation to buy more ever since we had established this rule. Was it that I wanted Ria to win the final emblem? Or was it because it felt like things could stay this way forever as long as we didn't complete the set?
あんで、タッパーのは？
Let's see.
Some chicken, some roast beef, a pizza.
2 number 9s, a number 9 large.
Oh well, let's have dinner. Assuming the cake would be dessert, I first opened the plastic container.
何もらってきたん？
I didn't ask, but it's apparently something Sylvie wanted us to eat.
この香り、貝だな。あとオリーブ？
You've got a good nose.
最近タバコやめてるせいか、嗅覚がいい感じだ。
There was, in fact, shellfish inside. Some kind of shucked shellfish was submerged in oil. A marinade? Or something to that effect.
でもなんで貝とオリーブ？それだけ？
Yep.
貝の種類は？
Scallops?
よくわかんねえな。ひとまず一口。
You got it.
I had her say ah for me.
うまい。
I'll have some too then. Tasty. Good going, Zoe.
Every time. It makes me laugh every time.
I'm so glad that game's getting a remake.
I know, right? As expected of a princess, it tasted wonderful. The oil had anchovies, onions, and the like mixed in, almost more of a dressing than an oil, with a hint of sophisticated saltiness. Honestly, that does not sound appealing to me at all. But whatever.
You know what? It's good for me, but I do like fish, so it's all good.
I like fish. I don't like olives.
Oh, really?
Yeah, do not like olives.
Huh.
Yeah.
See, I got used to olives being like the generic snack, or olives being like if you order a pizza that's just generic. That's how it comes on,
Oh.
naturally. So I got used to it.
Okay. Can't argue with that. It really brought out the umami flavor in the shellfish. Mm-mm.
まあまあ。けどこの形は絶対ホタテじゃねえだろ。
Really?
Scallops and clams were the only names for shellfish I actually knew. I don't know what a shrimp is.
これはハマグリかな？大きさ的に。
The fuck's a clam? Oh yeah, it does look that way now that I hear you say it.
目悪いし味覚もあんまない俺よりなんでお前の方が曖昧なんだよ。
Do I look like a fisherman to you?
Oh, sorry, I've got such an unsophisticated palate.
ハマグリ以外にもう一種類入ってね。小さい貝。
Oh yeah, there is.
こっちは何？
Clams?
シジミではない。シジミより大きいのはわかる。
Turns out Ouro only collects ground-type Pokemon. Scallops, then?
もういいわ。
It didn't matter what kind they were. They were delicious. That was what mattered. And as we snacked on them together,
にしても何なんだろうな、これ。俺たちに食べてほしいって。
Beats me. Maybe it's a regional dish from Sortilege?
oh, thank God it wasn't lutefisk then. Ugh.
ソルティレージュって
What is
貝
that?
食べる文化あんの？
Lutefisk?
あっちの人ってあんま貝類食わない感じだけど。
Yeah.
It is a white fish prepared in a vat of lye until it becomes gelatinous.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, apparently it is a Scandinavian dish.
I have literally never heard of it, so yeah.
I learned about it from King of the Hill. That's how I get culture.
You could be right.
Shellfish was tasty, but visually unappetizing. A decent amount of it was venomous, so it wasn't part of dining culture in many countries. A number of European countries, like those near the Mediterranean Sea, ate it. France especially had a thriving marine culture.
Wait a second. Where is Sortilege anyway?
Oh, we're finally establishing this.
はあ？そりゃヨーロッパの。
Can you be more specific?
But where?
ヨーロッパらへん？
Thanks.
Talk about a wide range. It occurred to me now that I'd never actually given much thought to sortilege. No, I did know the superficial parts. I'd done some research immediately after I transferred into here. They were in a part of Europe affiliated with the EU. That does not narrow it down. And although their population was on the smaller side, they were economically powerful and stable. They also had a strong scientific and technological presence these days. Despite all of that, they were quite the rarity of a country that maintained a traditional monarchical system. I guess I had done some basic research on the characteristics of their country as well as their cultural standards. But
I've got no idea what kind of country they actually are, though.
貝を食べる文化っつうか、食文化はどんな感じなんだろう。海には接してるのか？
I had no clue. So when you didn't know something, I got out my tablet. I didn't know we had a tablet. Search for sortilege. Accent over the E. There.
ナイス。
I could have just used my smartphone, but a bigger screen would be better so Ria could see with me. I took a quick look at the information on their Ziki page. But there wasn't much I didn't already know.
My favorite encyclopedia.
Man, I could lose hours on the Zikipedia, going down a Ziki hole.
Oh, I found something good. Sortilege travel log.
旅行日記か。読め読もう。
Wow. There aren't any direct flights from Japan to Sortilege.
この日記の人はイギリス経由16時間？マジかよおい。
There it is. Sylvie's name.
This was a blog kept by a traveler, so there weren't many entries about royalty, but
へえ、向こうじゃ定期的にコンサートやってるんだ。
Princess Sylvie is studying abroad, so she didn't take part this year. It's a shame. Huh?
House Siswa, was it? The royal family and lineage Sylvie and Mina-chan belonged to. Everyone was well versed in music, as the so-called orchestral faction implied, so they apparently held concerts on a regular basis. Sylvie would be sitting out of the current session while she studied abroad? Yeah, that added up.
Oh, this violinist is beautiful.
第一王女だからシルビーの姉ちゃんだな。
She was a gorgeous woman who looked exactly like a more mature Mina-chan.
She's a little chubby, though. Kinda sad since she's supposed to have the same gene as Sylvie.
Oh, I guess we don't know that Sylvie's from the other family in this timeline.
No, I guess we don't.
あー、イチ。その人はゲストだよ。世界的に有名なオペラ歌手。
No, he's just an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? So she's not genetically related. It's so cruel that a person's appearance can be so different from birth.
お前さっきから超失礼なこと言ってるぞ。
Yeah, really. I guess there were a lot of opera singers who were on the heavier side, since bigger bodies contributed to a larger lung capacity and more vocal stability.
If they can have guest appearances, couldn't Maria take part?
いや、無理じゃね？
Maria's beauty would be a perfect fit. I'm sure she'd delight the audience more than this old lady.
だからお前失礼だよ。こういうとこって格とかそういうのが必要だから、最低でも10年は音楽続けてないと。
Really?
It was true that Maria had an overwhelming reputation at the moment, but her debut wasn't too long ago. With how briefly she'd been on the scene, it wouldn't be unreasonable if people considered her little more than a young upstart.
10年。まあ、シルビーのコネって方法もあるにはあるけど、でも5年はかかりそう。ここでシルビーと並んでってのは、さすがに無理だろうな。
The setting turned a bit gloomy. Not good. Not good.
Forget all of that. Let's focus on the food. Shellfish dishes. Let's see. Sortilege takes heavy influences from Spain, so there's a lot of Spanish restaurants in its cities. And as far as Spanish cuisine goes,
サフラン的な
and red bell peppers.
あ、そうそう、ムール貝。なんか長細い貝食ってるイメージ。
Isn't that Italian?
イタリアが食うならスペインも食うだろう。地中海を挟んでお向かいさんだし。
Ah,
I had no idea whether there were clams in the Mediterranean Sea, but I had learned that eating shellfish was part of sortilege culture.
綺麗な国だな。
Oh, wow. We continued to look into sortilege after that out of pure curiosity.
I'm sure they only take pictures of the pretty spots anyway, but
にしてもいい感じ。
There were these well-refined cities that screamed Europe without shaming the country's name. We naturally fell silent. I bet we were both thinking the same thing.
want a vacation there someday?
Ria looked a little like she expected me to say as much and smirked wryly.
行ってみたいけど、16時間はきついわ。
Couldn't we ask Sylvie to get us on seats, like a direct flight?
でも距離的に何時間もかかるだろ。
Do you not deal well with planes?
苦手っつうか体調的なやつ。前にイギリス行っただけでもぐったりだった。
I get it.
When it came to her health, she wasn't allowed to overexert herself.
一回くらい行ってみてんだけどな。
For sure.
つか俺は厳しいけどお前は行けばいいじゃん。
Huh?
ん
Alright. I could go by myself. I only pictured myself going with you, though.
そう。
Oh.
I wonder what it is. I can't imagine going alone at this point. Well, I'll just keep it in mind in case I ever have the chance someday.
ごめん。
Why are you apologizing?
Had I put her on edge? This conversation was trending in the wrong direction.
We're out of shellfish, so wanna have some cake?
Yes, the perfect follow-up to shellfish. Cake.
That's what I was thinking.
Ugh.
It's like, that's a bit weird.
Can we at least get a palate cleanser first?
うん。
I opened the container. There were 2 pieces of cake cut into easy-to-eat portions. That old man was thoughtful through and through. There were even forks inside, so...
Here you go.
サンキュー。いちご大きい方取った。
Why you?
へへん、もう食べちゃった。なんだよその顔。
If you want to eat the strawberry first, that just leaves a clump of sponge and cream. Does eating something like that make you happy? I want to eat the biggest one first. There's a pitiable clown who lost the central focus of strawberry shortcake because she was manipulated by that desire.
That was a very profound comparison right there. I swear, Ouro sometimes has Patrick energy.
A little bit.
Like, half the time he's really dumb, and half the time it's just like, where did these waves of intelligence come from?
そこまで言われることしてねえだろ。
We kept eating.
スポンジとクリームの塊をうまー。
Maybe we should have gone with coffee instead of ramen?
Oh, yes.
いいよ別に。ケーキなんて何年ぶりかな。
Ria devoured the first half greedily and was now chipping away at the remaining half.
It's not like it's rare or anything.
だからこそ食おうって気にならないと食わねえじゃん。
Yeah, I can see that.
She didn't seem like the type to live it up at Christmas or birthday parties either.
最後に食べたのはそっか、父さんがまだいた頃だ。
I stopped eating. Ria licked her fork with downcast eyes. Squeeze. I wrapped an arm around her shoulders. She was surprised by the sudden gesture, but eventually leaned into me. Her father must have already passed away. The subject of Ria's birth was clearly a touchy one, but her parents clearly loved her when she was growing up. However, her father had passed on. That likely created some level of tension between Ria and her mother, which would explain why they were so awkward around each other now. Ria didn't like to talk about it much, so this was purely speculation on my part.
What kind of person was he?
If I gave it some really careful thought, she avoided the subject and acted awkward towards her mom. But if it was about her dad,
どんなって言われてもな。優しい人。
she answered without hesitation.
ちょっと位置に似てる。
I'm your papa!
そういうのいいから。
Oh.
Sorry.
はあ、つまんねえこと言わない分、父さんの方が良かったわ。
For all her mumbling, she still buttered up to me and nuzzled her forehead into my chest. Ria must have gotten her evasiveness from her mother's side.
でもほんと、位置似てると思う。位置はきっと、すげえいいお父さんになれるよ。
You think so?
Should I say thank you? Ria looked kind of happy. Soon enough, after she finished eating the cake at a pace slow enough that she was nearly just licking at it. From just as close up, she leaned against my shoulder.
Tired?
かも。
She happily dozed off. Given the time, it would probably be best for Ria to head back to her room. However, she'd been relying on me a lot more lately, almost like it were second nature. That made me so happy that I couldn't refuse her.
ほんと、いい父親になる。あとは嫁さんだな。
You don't need to think of it in such realistic terms.
大事だろ。やっぱり相手はシルビーがいいかな。まあでもお前が選んだなら誰でも。
Was she telling me to marry Sylvie? There were limits to how cavalier someone could be.
それで、もしも娘ができたら。
What about you?
ん？
Let's assume I'd make a good father. Couldn't you be the wife?
俺？
She must have been sleepy. Ria grinned while she mumbled aloud.
I just assumed as much given the flow of conversation. If I'm gonna be a father and have children, then I thought you'd be the person I'd end up with.
そっか。それもいいな。一と結婚。いいな。
She shut her eyes. I just said something reasonably decisive. She seriously wasn't listening, was she? Ah, man.
一？
Yeah.
じゃ、結婚しよっか。
I guess, yeah.
うん。好きだよ。イチ。
She fell asleep. Not without making that decisive remark, of course. Oh, man. It was Christmas, you know. And at 9 o'clock at night. Don't profess your love to me smack dab in the middle of the most sensual night of the year, then go to sleep. I'll wind up making a move.
イチ。大好きだよ。
What would I do with her? In all likelihood, we'd been intentionally avoiding this conversation. And now she brought it up. And now she was falling asleep in the middle of a very important discussion. How was this all going to play out? No, not the sad transitions.
Oh, not these again.
あれ、イチの部屋。ああ、そっか。昨日あのまま。
No.
イチは、床で寝てんのか。ナチュラルにベッド譲ってくれるとか、紳士だな。
I've said it time and time again. There's a sectional couch in the room, but why does he always sleep on the floor?
He's like a dog.
He really
He's
is.
gonna put in the bed.
でもどっかで起こしてほしかった。風呂入ってねえし歯も磨いてないから気持ち悪い。ふぅ。出た。告白してしまった
Alright, wait for that to hit.
おー、落ち着け俺。そうそう数えて落ち着くんだ。3.14159265。
What?
Wait, what?
Just gonna go down pi.
Oh, Ria.
I heard something about pi and woke up.
I'm used to giving you the bed, but the floor seriously kills my back. Maybe I should have bought a spare futon for this thing.
Or a sectional couch.
Oh, look, there's one.
そうだな。いや、サンキュー、紳士くん。この感じ、なかったことにできるか
It's just all internalized.
So, Ria.
You love me, huh?
About your confession last night.
無理だよね。知ってた。
I love you too. Man, I mean, I really didn't sleep much.
あくびの合間に言うなてめえ。
Isn't that your fault for confessing right before you went to sleep?
そうですね。すいません。
So, what next? Do we start dating?
I'm pretty sure we need to brush our teeth first.
いや、
Ria scratched her head. She fidgeted, conscious of the back of her own head.
やめとく。ほら、俺、あんま長く持たねえだろ。だから誰かと付き合うとかさ、そういうのはないと思ってんだ。もうずっと小さい頃から。ごめん。
I love you and you love me, but you don't want to date since you're in poor health. Does that sum it up?
うん。
I've got to reject that.
はあ？
That's a dumb reason, so I'm rejecting it. I demand a retrial.
Sustained.
If you're gonna reject me, at least make it a good reason.
愛の告白ってチャレンジ制度導入されてたっけ？
You see this kind of thing in trials and stuff, so isn't precedent important?
うん。これが裁判なのかは知らないけど。
Trial of love.
I befriended you in spite of your poor health, and that's how we got where we are now. In light of this, we've grown closer without your poor constitution causing my dilemmas.
意義あり！それは子供の頃のことであります。
But you still love me now, don't you?
好き。
What's the problem then?
でも、
Ria?
She seemed hesitant, but I didn't care. We were only in this situation because she confessed to me last night. I accepted her feelings without a second thought. And I knew perfectly well what she wanted to say in return.
You know what you're always telling me? When you find the ideal moment to do something, your golden time, don't let it get away. Your golden time, where you can find happiness, is right now.
Ria gazed up at me. She didn't say a word, but... well, I was pretty sure I knew how she'd answer.
Alright.
何？
I'm gonna smooch you. If you assume sexy stuff comes last, then smooches comes first.
Shellfish.
いや、待てこら。
I won't wait. We know how we feel about each other right now, so there's no need to wait.
I slid my way closer. I did, however, leave her enough room to get away if she wanted. And Ria?
やめろっつに！
Whoa!
Ran for it. Huh, strange. I was 100% sure, given how the conversation was going, that it would work out.
Oh, you hated the idea that much?
は、
Huh?
磨いてくる。昨日から磨いてないから。
Oh, right. I hadn't considered that. Aw.
寝坊しちゃった！
You can tell this is a different timeline because that never happens.
およ、あかねちん。今起きたのかい？珍しいね、寝坊助さんなんて。昨日はパーティーが楽しすぎて、つい夜遅くまでみんなと遊んでしまって。
Impossible. Everybody knows that Sylvie can't stay up past 9.
あかねちんみたいに普段ハメ外さない子は、ああいうとこ弱いよね。うんうん。今日はラジオ体操できなかったです。まあいいじゃん。もうこの寮、私とあかねちんくらいしか残ってないし。私とあかねちんとかみにゃん、あとオーロと。
準備完了。
Him.
ちょっと緊張する。
Yeah, more or less. So, from the top, I love you, Ria.
うん。俺も大好き。
Okay, it was settled.
We just barely made it in time for Christmas. The day for lovers, huh?
う
Now let's seal it with a smooch.
ん。キスってちゃんと言えや。
Huh? What? Ria? What did you say you want me to do?
やろう。キス。
What about a kiss?
しよっか。
Hmm?
だからキスして。
Of course.
I pressed my lips to hers. Our long-awaited first kiss was nothing short of memorable. Between her soft lips, the smell of mint from her freshly brushed teeth. Oh, that's awkward. And meddling eyes.
Why is everyone here?
She pushed me away. You and her are on the same page with that one.
You know what? Good. It's a real good question.
Mm-hmm.
あ、お構いなく。はわはわわあらあらですわね。
どこから見てた。
Everything.
改めて好きだぞ、リア。から。
Wow.
最初からか。
私は今来たばかりですわ。具体的には、では誓いの中央のところ。
Could you go back to the beginning so I can see the first part?
では誓いの中央。キスってちゃんと言えや。中略。
Hey, there was no ... We haven't gotten to the ...
キスして。
再現すんな。くそ、なんでこいつらが。おい、イッチ、部屋の鍵閉めなかったのか。
Are you kidding? I didn't even know this door had a lock.
You're blaming me for not locking it when you were the last one to come in.
Seriously, I don't think he knows how to lock his door. How many times has this kind of thing happened throughout these games?
I mean, technically, if he knew how to lock his door, I'm sure that Akane couldn't wake him up every morning.
Exactly.
For radio calisthenics.
Although she'd probably climb in through the window, too.
True. Oh, my girlfriend's got this side to her.
そうなのですか。
Why are you here?
わがままは受け止めてあげて。ほら。
It just keeps going.
恋愛というのはなんだかんだ互いの度量に帰着するものですからな。我慢は大事です。
Alright, Exina, your turn.
ボラルが言うと説得力ありますね。
Who else is here?
Every single black-suited guard from the first episode of Kinkoi Golden Love Age.
I see what you mean.
次々湧くな。なんだてめえらはいつからいた。
Isn't this a blatant fire code violation to have this many people in this room?
How are they all even fitting in this room?
No idea.
だからミナと同じ。では誓いの中央。
キスってちゃんと言えや。
中略。 キスして。お尻お尻お尻。
Hey, that's not Ayaka. That doesn't work.
Everyone saw, huh?
Except for Ayaka.
でお前は冷静だし。
そんなことよりさっきから記者会見待ってるんすけど。
I don't think you need to be. I think you were here for it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, guess so.
We'd better tell these guys, Sylvie especially. With that said, I wrapped my arms around Ria's shoulder.
This is how it is.
Sylvie looked the happiest about it.
でんで、どっちから告ったん？なんでどうしてどういう経緯でこうなったん？
That's all the news we have for you today. We aren't taking further questions.
サービス悪いぞ、ブーブー。
We had one person here sinking her teeth in exactly how you'd expect any adolescent girl would, and...
ゲロ、よろしくて。
Yes?
まだまだ半人前のあなたでは不安も残りますが、これは当人たちの問題。私から今送るべきは祝いの言葉だけですわ。
Thank you, that's honestly not where I thought you were going with that for a minute.
これからはあなたが相馬さんを支えていくんですのよ。よろしくて。
Okay.
She sure sounded like a teacher sometimes.
結婚には3つの袋が大切だと。
No, teacher. Teacher, not preacher. Maybe more of a superior at work than a teacher, actually.
Akane-chan?
You okay?
Well said. When someone freaks out as hard as you do, it makes it easier on me too.
That was the correct reaction, in a sense.
市松殿。
ん？
まずはおめでとうございます。私たちでお力になれることがあれば、何でもおっしゃってください。
I will.
There just might have been those who understood better than myself just how difficult of a choice I'd made. All the while.
だから言ったでしょ。相馬くんに大事なのはまず素直になることだって。
別に素直になったからとかじゃなくて、これはこの場の雰囲気っつうか。
This all started because of you and your frickin' shellfish. These two were off discussing something on their own. Their bond was just as special as the one between myself and Ria. They had a connection that not even I could get between. I didn't yet know what lay between them, however. Maybe me if it's an option.
姫様、本当にちょっとだけですよ。
はーい。
Sylvie had work to attend to tonight and apparently had to leave soon. But she was unreasonable with Ella-san and managed to extend her stay to the very last second.
さてと、私たちだけになれたし。
When you really think about it, does she really need to, like, leave the normal way? Because didn't we figure out that Kyoto-chan has a dimension door?
I think we dismissed that as being an unrealistic exaggeration that was the purpose of a joke. Or, yeah, I don't think it
Are we
actually
sure?
exists. No, we're not sure of anything to do with Kyoto. Alright, we have no certainty with Kuro. The three of us had gathered together.
根掘り葉掘り聞かせてもらうわよ。ねえねえ、いつこうなったの？
What time is it?
You're starting to sound like Reina.
基本陽キャはこうなのかな。
と言っても、いつかはおおよそ察しがつくわよね。昨日の夜の時点では違ったんだもの。昨日パーティーで相馬くんがうとうとしちゃって、それでオーロと二人で帰って、そこからの流れで今ね、でしょ？
Well, you're not wrong. Correct.
キャー、もうキャー、まだ24時間も経ってないのね。ほやほやなのね。キャー。
Fresh from the oven.
That's certainly one way of putting it.
That is maybe the most Sylvie way of putting it.
Yeah, you're right. We'd better leave out some of the finer details if she was going to be that rambunctious about it.
もしかして。
なんだよ。
私が持たせたケーキをきっかけにとか。
なんでそうピンポイントでわかる？
She hit the nail on the head. It was thanks to the cake that she gave us that we spent time at my place, which led into her confession.
キューピッドなの？私キューピッドなの？キャー！
シルビー、俺耳が良すぎて大声苦手って知ってるよな。
She just walks outside.
Also,
Kya!
also, all the dogs are barking.
I haven't heard Akane make a sound.
おっとっと。ごめんなさい。
Actually, that's not true. She's probably still somewhere going, wah wah wah, wah wah wah.
はあ、お前のせいで位置に捕まっちゃったよ、こんにゃろ。
By the way, I don't know if you noticed this. Maybe not, because I don't think you have the... yeah, because you don't have the gallery, because we're playing the just regular Steam version.
Oh, yes.
If you play the patched version, if you go into the gallery, anytime you click something in this game, one of the voices of the game is the person who says what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, that you're going into this gallery, what, CG gallery, whatever. One of the possible voices is Akane, and if you just click in that gallery, she's... which I thought was amazing.
Oh, that's incredible. 10 on 10. She seemed happy to have her back rubbed. I should show her my appreciation as well. Or so I thought.
お礼はいいわ。
Sylvie gave us a quick wink. It went without saying. Roughly? Oh boy.
Oh, by the way, Sylvie, about the gift you gave us yesterday.
I changed the subject out of mild embarrassment.
美味しいケーキだったでしょ？
There was that too, but...
そうそう、その前のマリネ、あれうまかった。
マリネ。ああ、カルパチオね。どうだった？あれ私が選んだのよ。つい最近日本の料亭でいただいてすっごく美味しかったからビュッフェで出せるようにお願いしたの。
It was a Japanese dish?
ソルティレージュの料理じゃねえの？
ソルティレージュはあまり貝は食べないわ。食べてもムール貝とかカキとか。
Just like we ate yesterday, huh?
It had seemed stereotypically European.
相馬くんに食べてもらおうと思って。
ん？
Sylvie's voice lowered in tone a bit. What the?
俺が、なんで？
Didn't you like shellfish?
いや、別に好きでも嫌いでも。
ね。この町にある神社の言い伝えなのだけど、日本にはハマグリと赤貝の神様がいるそうなのね。
Okay.
その二人の神様はどんな傷でも治してくれるというから。
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
ああ。
ごめんなさい、変なこと言って。こんなおめでたい日に。
いや、別に。
Also, don't call it an auspicious day. It changes the impression for me.
そっか。なんかあったな、そういうの。
You know of it?
いや、貝がどうとかは知らないけど、神様の傷を治した神様の神社がどうとかって。
Huh. I may have been from the area, but I wasn't interested in the local attractions enough to know anything about the shrines.
Isn't that always how it is?
Typically,
Like, people in the local area a lot of times know nothing about the place they live.
yeah, unless you have a specific reason to learn about it.
ごめんなさい。傷とか治るとか、そういうことじゃないのにね。
The power of love heals all, man.
いや、まあ。
Both Sylvie and Ria looked blatantly less lively than before.
For some reason, that reminds me of a show I was in, where there was like, what do you call it? Like the modern interpretation of Julius Caesar,
Oh.
and what's the soothsayer
Mm-hmm.
was just really high. So it's just, oh, beware the Ides of March.
What happens on the Ides of March? Bad stuff, man.
All right, it's a choice.
That went for me, too. This was one subject I honestly hadn't wanted to come up right now. The ailment in Ria's head. Modern medicine couldn't hope to fix it. It was something we could only rely on the gods for. It was also the reason Ria had hesitated to answer me earlier. If that ailment were to spread. If it did, then that was something that only a god would know. We'd avoided bringing the subject up, and now we had no choice but to address it.
ごめんなさい。
The mood was dead. Sylvie drooped her shoulders.
いや、いいんだよ。
This is something we should think about, though. Thank you for keeping us grounded, Sylvie.
Because today was what it was, we couldn't turn our eyes away from it. As of today, Ria and I had trudged beyond the point of friendship, so we had to address the things we'd pretended not to see back when we were friends.
姫様、限界です。
あとちょっとだけ。
言っていいよ、シルビー。ちょうどイチと二人で話したかったところだ。
でも。
卑猥な話になりそうだから、お姫様は外してくれると助かる。
Okay.
卑猥？
Right over her head.
She's implying we're gonna do more than the kiss once you're gone.
ああ、そう。
Do you?
キスしての最中だったわね。忘れていたわ。
そこは再現しなくていい。
I love that that's become the running gag for this episode.
Mm-hmm.
She's chased Sylvie out. So then, now. Why don't we start this conversation over? We couldn't just be all cheerful.
イチ。まず昨日言ったことだけど、一つ加えとく。お前はいい父親になれるかもだけど、俺は母親にはなれないから。
Why? Just being a delinquent shouldn't be enough to matter.
そうじゃなくて、できねえの。
She replied and placed her hand on her abdomen. Ah.
Well, that's how it is.
そういうこと。生理がまだ来てない。まだっつうか、多分これからも。
I see.
個人的には、俺よりもどっか別の、ちょい天然だけど運動勉強どっちも得意なお姫様をママ候補で好きになった方が将来お得だと思う。
Yeah, but we've already done her route.
Mm-hmm.
Ria.
ごめん。こういう言い方は良くなかった。あと平気でママ候補にできる身分でもねえしな。でも、それだけは先に言っとく。ほんと、あんまりおすすめできないぞ、俺。
I hugged her tightly.
That's not a good enough reason as far as I'm concerned. If you keep going on about not being able to have children, you're gonna make a select group of people online very angry.
そういうことじゃなくて。
I know. For now, it just makes me happy to see you go when I hug you like this.
そう。にヘイトなんてしてねえだろ。
You are.
してるか。ぎゅー。
I didn't want to talk about anything too depressing, and that feeling seemed to be mutual. Even so, Ria clung to me tightly.
When I'm with you like this, I can accept whatever hardships come.
いつか辛くなるよ。
It's fine even if I do.
I held her thin, frail frame in my arms, and I briefly wondered if she'd break if I applied even the slightest pressure. Honestly, in that moment, I couldn't imagine what sort of pain I might have to someday endure. But right now, Ria was here, in my arms. Any regrets greater than losing this shouldn't possibly exist. Oh, this is gonna be another really sad route. Okay.
大変です先輩。
Oh, is it that it's the end of the episode?
Because that's what it is.
Alright, well, so we have gotten right into it. We are already into the romance and the depressing parts of the episode, or the depressing parts of the series. Route? You know what I'm trying to say. I really was not expecting it to go right into sadness right off the bat, but here we are. Yay! I don't know what I was expecting. I feel like I should have expected this, but...
You know what? In retrospect, how could it be anything else?
You bring up a really good point, because if things are constant through the timelines, I mean, circumstances for the most part, and the only variation is who Ouro ends up with, then yeah, it's not surprising. I guess we're just gonna have to get those tissues ready, and not for the other reason. For tears. Tear tissues.
Not those boxes over there.
But I am happy that we're getting to do another
Me
route
too.
with Ria. I do love her character, and she's just...
Me too.
she's great.
I am really interested to see what will change in this Ria timeline.
Me
as compared
too.
to the last Ria timeline. I mean, things are already different because of we got with her later.
Yeah, after the
And-
Christmas party.
And there was no disaster at the Christmas party, so.
That's true. You're right. Because that was a big thing. She ended up in the hospital after the Christmas party, and that didn't happen at all this time. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this episode and are enjoying the start of this route, and we hope to see you as we go on.
Yeah.
Ready yourself. Brace for emotional impact. Whew. For now, we are the Bridge Boys, signing off.